am Russell Riddick, missionary to Sierra Leone, West Africa. This is my wife, Adrian.
Okay, why did y'all become missionaries?
I'm going to answer that one. Okay. Well, myself, I felt a call to missions before I ever met my husband. I actually was in a missionary service. We had missionaries from Africa come to our church and present their burden. And on the altar, the Lord got a hold of me, and I received a call in the altar in a missionary service to Africa.
What about you?
I was raised on the mission field. My mother and father were missionaries to Cameroon, West Africa. And so I grew up doing this, and I just grew up with a passion and love for souls, number one, and a passion for the African people.
What would y'all tell someone who is looking to get into missions?
I would say to make sure that it is a calling and not just a burden, because many people are burdened for missions, and they can pray for missions and they believe it. But when it is a calling for missions, that calling will keep you there even when times are rough or times are hard or circumstances might not be what you're used to here. That calling will keep your feet on the ground and keep you doing consistently what God has called you to do. And it takes both. It takes a burden and a calling, because it's people that have a burden that support us and pray for us. But I'm thankful for those that have also a calling. So I would say make sure that you know that it is a calling, and if you know that God has called you, then He will not call you to some place that He cannot keep you and take care of you, protect you, and provide.
What's been the hardest part of being in missions?
I think the hardest part of being a missionary is, first of all, that you're just disconnected. Now it's not near as bad now with the internet and the things that you can communicate with, but when we first started out, it was just a telephone call once in a while. Just your connection to your country, your family, and those type of things. No matter where you go in the world, you miss your homeland, and I think that's probably one of the hardest things that you face on the mission field. Just the loneliness.
And where are y'all headed to now?
We are going to Sierra Leone, West Africa. We were formerly missionaries in Cameroon, West Africa. We love Cameroon. We love West Africa, but we feel that God has opened a door and called us to Sierra Leone.
Thank you.
You're welcome.